Hey everybody, I have a real treat for you right now. I've figured out something really important, and basically what I'm about to show you is a perfect example of as above, so below. So if any guys don't know what that means, you're going to get a real good dose of it right now. So what I'm showing you right here, this is the red dragon, and this dragon is inside the Orion Nebula. Let me show you just so that you can agree that it's there. Okay, this is a full color Hubble version of the Orion Nebula, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in to about 25% here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the area, and I'm going to perform a one-click leveling, just to show you I didn't draw it, that it's actually there. Okay. Let's see. There it is. And then let's just going to go ahead and we're going to brighten it up a little bit. And there's our red dragon. Just to compare. Here he is right here. Okay. So now we can all agree that there is a red dragon sitting right there in the Orion Nebula. Look at him real close because all the detail is there. The ears, the face, the nostril, the eye, everything. It's all there. Now I'm going to show you something really interesting. One thing I want you to look at is that his nostril, he is not touching this guy right here. Let me just show you this. I'm not going to draw the whole thing. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. Colors, levels. Okay, so he is not touching this guy. Okay, and this guy is looking back down at him. So it's almost like they're fighting. You can tell. It looks like they're about to fight, right? And you can see this looks like another type of serpent or whatever, but it looks like this guy's coming up and he's trying to fight him, and this guy's looking down and saying, I don't think so, right? Okay, now let me show you what all this means. See, the Orion, I've used only the Orion Nebula and I've found out so much stuff, it's absolutely amazing. I think once you see this, you're just really going to go, wow. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so here's the Orion Nebula right here. And here is the human brain. And this right here is called the reptilian complex of the brain. This is the part of the brain people exercise in fear. It's instinctive type of stuff. Okay, it's like if you could get rid of this part right here, it keeps you from accessing your higher brain. Okay, this right here is the thalamus, the center of the brain. Okay, now let's just scoot down here just a little bit. Okay, now here's the interesting thing, and we're going to pull from the Bible here too, actually. I want you to take a look at the similarities that we have going on right here, okay? This is the dragon. I've already showed you that, right? And he's looking up. Well, here's your reptilian complex right here, okay? Here is the trapezium area, also known as Jesus, also known as just about every god you can possibly think of. And right in the middle of that is an eye, okay, or a circle. You can actually see it very clear in the one I showed you with the winged discs. Well, here's the interesting thing about this, okay? You're going to know this is just going to freak you out because it is so representative of what everybody needs to see. Because what this area is out here, this is our collective consciousness. This right here, the center of this trapezium, this is heaven, this is the Holy Spirit, and this is the area of the mind that we need to reach. Okay, well, here we go. Here's a verse from the Bible. Revelations 12:7. And there was a war in heaven. And guess what, folks? This is always depicted as heaven, right here, in every church. Now, if you don't believe me, let's just take a look at a couple pictures real quick for those of you who are not up on the latest stuff. The Orion Nebula is always depicted. See this bright area right here? That's the Orion Nebula. This is the Barnard's Loop that's going around the whole Orion constellation. Okay. Now, here's another showing you that. This is Michelangelo, and this is God right here. Okay. Notice the Orion Nebula. Notice his arm. Okay. And God's arm wrapped around these people, and guess what? The bright spot of this area is his heart. Okay. Now keep going here. Here's Jesus in the trapezium area. Okay. There's another version of it. There's another version of it. The Holy Spirit, trapezium area. There's another person on a trapezium. And then there's that eye I'm talking about, which was also seen in the adoration of the dog. Okay, so I've shown you enough. Okay, I made my point. So the trapezium is the area where God apparently is. Okay. Now here's the as above, so below. This represents our whole collective consciousness. Okay, up here. Okay. This right here represents the higher mind of our collective consciousness. This represents the Holy Spirit. Okay. And so let's move down just a little bit. Here's our dragon compared to the reptilian complex. And it says, there was a great dragon hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. And when you look up Satan in the Jewish encyclopedia, because the Bible was written in Aramaic and stuff, you find that Satan is any general adversary that puts obstacles in the way. And I usually like to add for consciousness, because it's not a being; it's a mind thing, and the Bible is talking about the mind. Now check this out. This will really freak you out, because not only is the angle the same and everything. Now check this. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. Now I want you to take a look at the optic or the thalamus right here, and I want you to take a look at this fornix right here. And this is the arm that God's arm that you see in the creation of Adam, and this is his heart right here. So in order to reach this area, I guess that we need to work on our heart a little bit. But the deal is that this whole area of the Orion Nebula, you see, it represents our collective consciousness. And so when we, as all of us, get to the point of, and we can do it individually, right? We can reach this state individually. And this is what happens as we reach this higher level of consciousness. This is the reason people peer into the Orion Nebula. But I find it very fascinating that this totally represents all three pieces of the reptilian brain all the way to the thalamus, which is the Eye of Ra in the center of the Orion Nebula. And there you go. There is a in-your-face example of as above, so below. So you have to remember that as a collective consciousness, what's happening, right? What I believe is happening is this whole area, this whole nebula. This represents all of us together, including probably any other life forms that developed out of this area at this node of the universal tree. Okay, I still believe this. And so consciousness and physicality from this nebula exploded. And so I don't know if this represents just humans because of this nebula, or if it represents any other life forms or whatever, but when we all work our issues out, it's like a brain having a dream, okay? And when we all work that out, then when we all get rid of this lower brain, then we reach a higher state of consciousness, which is the trapezium. And this is what we see all over the churches and everything. And this diagram is absolutely amazing to show you that, with all these parts, that this is what this is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon.